Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Redflex, our new feature where we have individual match reactions from all of the brothers and also from people around the world. If you haven't seen the match reactions from the fans, where were they from again? Kenya and were they from Kenya?
India, Kenya and India, yeah.
Kenya and India. So we are an exclusive channel. We're inclusive as well as exclusive. So if you want to be part of the Redflex or you want to share your views after a particular game, please contact us. You can DM us on Twitter or Instagram. It's all on the screen. But today, it's all about Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 1, and Manchester United have the same amount of points at the top of the table as Liverpool. Harris, your thoughts today, please, about the match?
Great performance against a very good Aston Villa team. I think we can clearly see now why Aston Villa are where they are on the table. To be honest, I've not seen many of their games, but clear to see they've got some really good players. Obviously, Grealish was outstanding again. I think I've made my views very clear on Grealish and what should happen with him in the summer if Pogba does go. But yeah, it was a good performance. A lot of individual outstanding performances as well. Could we have made it a bit easier for ourselves towards the end? Potentially, but all that matters at this stage is getting the win, getting the points, putting pressure on Liverpool, and hopefully, setting it up for that clash at Anfield.
Yeah, we definitely need to keep the pressure on. I think there was, although we had a bit of a shaky few periods in the game, I don't think they lasted very long. I think we started off very well. I think we should have scored early. Do you think this was the kind of game, is this the United of old where for large periods of the game, we seemed, or I don't know how you saw it, but we seemed to be in control of the game?
Exactly, yeah, I was gonna point that out. I mean, hence the title of this video, how I've named it. I think it's coming back. I don't know whether it's just going to be a phase or whether it stays permanently. But watching the game, even when they equalized, I didn't think that we were going to lose the game at any point. I thought we're in control. We've got the players to hurt them. I knew that we could probably step it up a little bit more if we had to. And it was interesting. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after the game, he mentioned, he wasn't happy with the last 10 minutes. He thought we needed to play it out a little bit better, because if you think about it, in most of the games prior to this one, we've either been chasing the game or it's been 0-0, and we've been, again trying to get a winner. So this was a bit of a different situation for us, where we're in the lead, trying to hold on to it at home. But obviously, we've not played as well over the last couple of months. So again, it was all part of the learning curve, all part of that journey, and hopefully, as I said, we've got 2 more home games coming up, and we can, carry that on.
I know that you said that even after the equaliser, you thought we were going to go on to win that game, but I think there was a sticky period towards the end of the game where Fred, every single pass that he made was wayward, and obviously the last shot, literally the last touch of the game, you've got to have had your heart in your mouth then.
Yeah, I think I've made a mental note about Fred. I think it was from minute 68, 69 to about 75. He was absolutely diabolical. I was screaming at you, thinking, get this guy off, get him off. He was so poor for that 10 minutes. He couldn't pass it.
He just lost his head.
Giving it away, he just lost his head. It was awful. It was awful. That is my big concern with Fred. I do like him, but for me, I don't know. I just don't know whether he's a permanent fixture or should be a permanent fixture in our team, because he obviously has these moments. And I thought, oh God, this might end up costing us. But
I think a lot of it was because he was trying to play long balls, and a lot of his long balls got intercepted. So I think had he just kept it a bit more simple, that was that would be better for him. But I think one of the turning points was bringing Matic on. How do you think we did after Matic came on?
Yeah, I thought Matic was outstanding against Wolves. Obviously, because of his age and because of the condensed fixture schedule, it's difficult to get players to play, 2-3 games in a row. I know Fred does it, and Bruno and Maguire, and there's obviously a few others which kind of have to play. But yeah, I mean, in the form that he's in, I think it's really difficult to drop him. I thought Ole noticed that even though we had 2 in the pivot, we didn't have that kind of full control which you'd kind of expect to have playing with those 2 players. So yeah, I thought it was a great move to bring him on. I know it's not a question you've asked yet, but I think it's one that we kind of covered on a earlier video today. about Pogba. I think another reason why he actually played so well today was the fact that we had two holding midfielders alongside him in the midfield. Gave him an absolute complete license to do what he wanted. He knew, apart from, maybe like covering down the left here and there, he didn't have to get involved too much. And I think that is the reason why we saw the best of him.
Yeah, funnily enough, the reduced responsibility actually made him do more defensive work, which is so funny because I made a lot of mental note. He was doing a lot of work, and it wasn't even through the left. He was doing some in the middle as well.
I think which Ollie mentioned again after, I think fitness has a lot to do with it. I think he's had his issues with COVID and all that kind of stuff. So, maybe he is actually now 100% fit, and that's why he can get up and down the pitch. So, maybe that's a factor.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have mentioned Paul Pogba and his performance, me included. Defensively, a lot of people also mentioned a certain Eric Bailly. What are your thoughts on his performance today?
Outstanding, absolutely outstanding. It reminded me, even though they're not in the same class in any way, but it reminded me of Rion Vidic. You've got the calming influence. The ball player in Harry Maguire, similar to Rio. Even though I do think Harry Maguire is a better ball player and has better passing skills, but I think that's probably the only thing he has over Rio. And obviously, Bailly's kind of a throwback to to Vidic, where he's just rough and tumble. He'll get his head in. He doesn't care if he gets injured. He loves that one-on-one battle. I think he had Ollie Watkins in his pocket for most of the game. It kind of reminded me of how Vidic would have kind of handled him. So, yeah, outstanding. Just as you mentioned in your previous video, he's prone to injury, probably will break down. In fact, he's playing 3-4 games in a row. You just think, oh God, let's just keep him in like cotton wool for a game or two. Let's save him for the game against Liverpool, maybe. I don't know, but obviously, we've got Man City next, so he'll probably play that, and then maybe, the Watford game, he'll get a rest.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people haven't mentioned it because everyone's been, riding the wave of euphoria about us being top of the league. But do you think it was a great tactical move by Solskjaer today? Did he set up perfectly today? Obviously, Pogba was playing pretty much left wing for certain parts of the game.
I think it was, because at home, what we struggle with is creativity. So obviously, Pogba has to play. Bruno has to play. That's the area of the pitch that we're going to get the most creativity. Up top, it's always going to be okay, whether it's Rashford, Greenwood, Martial. But obviously, he was also quite wary of Grealish, and obviously, they've got Al Ghazi, who, as you could see, he was on. He went on mazy run after mazy run. He was trying to take people on, and he needed that kind of protection. So I think having the two plus Pogba on the left, it ended up obviously working out perfectly. Pogba was outstanding. I thought Fred was okay apart from those kind of 10 minutes. Like Scott McTominay played okay again, and then obviously brought Matic on, who was outstanding as well. So yeah, for me, it worked.
Do you think this should be Ole's preferred lineup from now on? Do you think this lineup gets the best of the players that we have? Or I think in the previous video it was alluded to the fact that let's just pick players according to our opposition.
I think that works out best. I think what people do kind of forget to realize, I know you've been a critic of Ole and his tactical analysis, we are so tactically flexible. I can't remember us being this flexible under Mourinho, Van Gaal, and any other manager. He can just flip it up. He'll drop 3-4 players in. He'll play the diamond. He'll play a 4-2-1-3, or he'll play a 4-1 kind of 4-1-3-1. He'll mix it up every game, and it's working. It's working. We've only lost those 3 games. A lot of them, 2 of them at the start. Obviously, then the Arsenal game was just a shocker, but apart from that, we've been fairly consistent. I know we've come back in games. Again, you can argue, he's not set them up correctly, for those away games. But obviously, at halftime, he's made the changes, and we ended up winning the game. So for me, I think it works. Keep the players fresh, keep the opposition guessing. Because look, it must be an absolute nightmare for the opposition managers to kind of analyze Manchester United right now, because there's like 3 or 4 different ways they can play. There's like so many ways they can hurt you, and it must be just mind-boggling to kind of set up against that. Obviously, at home, I think it's a little bit different because, you know, if you should play that kind of low block, it is, you know, it's going to be hard for us no matter what. But away from home, when we're away, you know, you can see, you know, our record is outstanding, and obviously when we come to play Liverpool, it'll be the best team with the home record against the best team with the away record. So yeah, I can't wait for that.
I've asked previously as well, do you think that we're going to stay in the mix till the end of the season? I'm not asking you to predict the winner, but do you think we can stay in the mix?
I think it's looking more likely. I know start of December I said I'll be happy with us staying until March, but I think the way we're going, I think we can take Liverpool deeper than that. I really do. I really do. Will Man City make it a 3-horse race? Potentially. I'm not sure, but obviously they've got injuries.
Yeah, they're still in it. They've got game in hand as well.
Game in hand, but you know, it's all about points on the board, isn't it? You know, you can have the games in hand, but it means nothing. You know, look at Liverpool; they've drawn 2 games, which you'd expect them to win. So, you know, that means nothing. So, yeah, I do expect them to stay in it till deep. I think I'm going to kind of like reserve my judgment until after the Liverpool game to kind of say what I need to say in terms of are we genuine title contenders. But so far, so good for me.
Thanks for your views, Harris. So if you want to check out another video coming up, we've got one more match reaction left, and we've also had quite a few already, especially from fans from around the world. So if you do want to take part, again, I'll just remind everyone once again, if you want to take part in the match reactions after the game, you can DM us on the Redflex, on our Twitter and our Instagram. This is a quick question that's just come in before we go. I think you can probably get this answered in the next video. Do you think we need to strengthen the squad in January to keep in the title race? Is definitely something we will talk about. So if you want to stay tuned for the next video, which is coming up very, very shortly, that will definitely be addressed. But thank you for watching for now. This is the Redflex. Stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll keep you coming with all of our reactions. We'll see you again very, very soon. Thank you.